yet again, I was making something and I was like, I probably should video this because you guys probably want to know how to make these too. So for starters, I had a piece of foam board. I'm making mouse ears, by the way. I had a piece of foam board that I got. It was a big piece of foam board from, I got this at Walmart. And I also have an X-Acto knife. If you don't know what that is, X-Acto knife, you can get this on Amazon or at Walmart. And I used the X-Acto knife to cut out these shapes. Kind of looks like an ear, sort of. And it's got a curve at the bottom because it's going to fit on the headband better that way. You need 4 of them for each pair of ears. It sounds strange, but just understand. I also used this shape, which is just like kind of like a teardrop with the bottom cut off. That's about, if you look at it, it's about almost 3/4 of an inch to an inch bigger on all sides than this. And that is what I used to cut out the fabric. Now, on these, that's my back to my ears. On these, we're doing it different. We're going to make them little ladybugs. And so we did face up the pink teardrop. Then we did 2 little pieces folded in half of the red and white or red and black polka dots. And then we did a piece folded in half at the top of the black, like this. So it looks like a ladybug. Now, next step is to dig through our glue box and decide what kind of glue we're going to use to glue these together. And let me do that right now. I didn't mention that you were also going to need eyeballs for your, and I've got 8 buttons for eyeballs for my ladybugs. Look, so I went with my little cheap glue gun because my big glue gun, I'm out of sticks, so I have to get some big glue sticks for it. And I really want to upgrade. I need to upgrade to a cordless glue gun because this is just a pain in the butt. So, but I've got this glue gun and I've got it getting ready. I've got it just resting there getting ready. And I also, you got the buttons for the eyes. I also got a piece of ribbon that's thick enough and it will go, I'll show you where it goes later. And I also, it's nasty outside. I also got this ribbon. And this ribbon we're going to glue onto, I got these cheap little headbands from, I got like 100 of them for I don't know how much. It was nothing on Amazon. And you're going to glue, I'm going to glue this on here just to make it look a little cuter, if that makes sense. See it? Okay. So we'll do that here in just a second. So you've got, for each one of your ears, you've got 4 pieces of the styrofoam ear with a curve cut, and you've got 4 pieces of your fabric cut. Now you can do whatever fabric you want. I'm doing the ladybugs on the back and a ladybug on the front, and I'll show you how that turns out here in just a little bit. Okay, I'll be back when my glue gun is hot. All right, my glue gun's hot. So we're gonna start in the middle of the top. We're kind of move it up towards the top. We're gonna come down one side first. I'm just gonna put the glue on there. Ooh, glue gets everywhere. The glue guns are crazy. And then we're just gonna fold it and press, and fold it and press, fold it and press, like this. So it's glued to one side. And now we're gonna do the other side. Same thing. We're going to put the glue down. I only do one side at a time because the glue dries too fast. So we're going to fold it and press, fold it and press, fold it and press, fold it and press, fold it and press. So then you should have something that looks like this. It's flat on this side and it's folded in and glued down on this side. And you're going to do that to all 4 of those, and then you're also going to do it, if you're doing a ladybug, you're going to do it to your ladybug. Now, on my ladybug, it's going to be a little different because I need to glue down everything. So I'm going to glue down Make sure this is up towards the top so that my ladybug has all the pieces it's supposed to have. I'm gonna glue down the pink top. And then we're gonna glue down the red. And this is folded in half, so you have to put glue in between this fabric, if it makes sense. And then we're gonna glue down the black piece, the strip. We're gonna make sure it's glued down good. Okay. And we're gonna do that all the way around. I'll be right back, show you what it looks like. So just FYI, I ended up gluing down the flaps and the piece of black that's across the pink on the ladybug. And now I'm gonna trim it to match this pink piece. If you don't trim off those extra pieces and make it look like this on the thing, there was too much, when I started folding it over, there was too much bulk, and you'll see when we put them together. Now we're gonna glue this one the same way we did the other one. All right, y'all are learning as I do. It still pulled, when I pulled it, it still made the ladybug not look like a ladybug. So I'm gonna try something else and then I'll let you know how that works. Okay, so I ended up sewing, I used a light pink thread and I sewed them down, and then I trimmed it to all be the same size. And then I glued it to and now it still looks like a ladybug. For the most part. Better than the other ones. So let's do that again. So now you should have 2 of each. 2 ladybugs. I got glue all over me. And 2 of the backs. Now, first thing we're gonna do is stuff them. So let me get some stuffing. I'm still using the same old polyfill. We're just gonna reach in here and stick it in, not make it too fluffy, but make it a little fluffy. And I'll be right back. I'm trying to save time. After you have them nice and puffy, you're gonna glue the bottom flap down. Okay, next step. Now you've got all 4 of them stuffed and glued together. Now you're gonna glue them to each other. And you're gonna wanna pinch them real hard while it dries. So let's do that. I'm hoping I'm going to do this in 10 minutes. So now you have 2 sides. You have the ladybug, the ladybug side, and the back with the ladybugs on it. Because I thought they were cute to do them like that. You could do them like this. You could do them like this. But this is the way I'm going to do it. Okay. I glued my cute ribbon onto my headband. I'm going to set that to the side. And now we're going to glue this strip around to cover the middle, if that makes sense. I'm gonna glue that on there. I'll be right back. You definitely want to strip of something around the edge because it just makes it look cleaner, if that makes sense. It just looks neater. So I'll do it to both of them. The last step is to glue them to your headband. And then if you want, you can add a bow in the middle. And sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. There's my ladybug mouse ears. I gotta do another set.